Oh, Sunraysia football, the excitement of it this week with the Ouyen United Kangas coming off a win here on our coverage. And this fellow, well, he wasn't even there. Andrew Wilsmore joins us. He's back home from his juggernaut trip to Darwin. How are you there, Andrew?
Oh, mate, I'm well. I'm well. The liver might need replacing, but had a cracking week. Thank you.
All right, the wedding went off pretty well up there?
It did. It was a great wedding. So, look, fantastic. There's certainly no responsible serving of alcohol in the territory. I can give you the tip.
Rightio. Well, so technically back on the tractors and back to work with son Dallas in tow. Dallas did the right thing by you, though, and brought his team home with a magnificent win while you're away. And we'll get to that in a moment. Just a quick review, though, of the other senior scores from the weekend matches. And it was a particularly good performance in the end by the boys from Robinvale, 9-19. They beat South Mildura 5-10. Wentworth 14-16 to Irimple 6-5. Now, tell me, Andrew, have we got a new flag favourite?
I believe we have. I think I spoke a month or so ago when we played them. Their back six is as good as any in the comp. I've got a star full forward in Hancock. They are playing incredible football. They're going to be a real dark horse. I didn't expect that margin, and I didn't actually expect that result. But I've certainly sent a message out now. Wentworth are indeed the benchmark.
Yeah, they swallowed up the Swallows is what we could say about that one. Redcliffe's 10-12-72, too good for Mildura, 8-9-57. And the Ouyen United Kangas 16-13, 109 to the Imperials. The Green Men 6-4-40 at Brian Waitman Oval. Now, you've chatted to everyone and sundry all week about it. Tell me, how did they do it?
Yeah, we got jumped again. We're going to have to address our slow starts. We were certainly off our game early on, but once the boys settled and they worked out, once again how they wanted to play and how they wanted to move the footy, they certainly turned it on. Andre Perella, easily his best game, the big fella from South Australia. He's really starting to assert his domination in the ruck. He'll get better and better as we go forward, and he'll certainly be a real big key in us having any success going forward. Obviously, Stevens and Dell and Jamal Daly all got amongst the goals, kicked 14 between them. So, yeah, look, they rotate through the midfield, rest up forward, kick a couple of goals, and then back into the midfield again. So it seems to be working really well for us at the minute. And backed up by a rock-solid backline.
Yeah, good backline. Tell me about this Calagaro Eaton. Do you call him Calagaro, or does he get called Cal for short?
Just Cal, mate. We'll simplify it. Yeah, he's one we recruited out of Port Hedland this year. It's an absolute surprise packet. Won a BNF over there for I think it's the Port Hedland Sharks or something like that. He came over, big-bodied mid, but can play centre-half forward, centre-half back, ripping young kid. He's only, might be 20, 21, just a really nice young fella that his football. He'll also be one that once he really settles in, he'll be excellent for us. You describe him as a big-bodied mid that can go anywhere.
Oh, good stuff to see the Kangas back in the winning vein, and it puts sort of an interesting on the premiership table. Let's have a quick look. Wentworth 4-0. Irimple 4-1. Imperials, you beat them 3-2. Robinvale Euston 3-2. I reckon beatable. Redcliffe's 3-1, I reckon beatable. Ouyen United Kangas 2-2. Merbeam 1-3, you beat them. Mildura Norton 5 and South Mildura Norton 4. I reckon that the three sides above where you blokes are all beatable. Imperials, you just did that. Robinvale Euston and Redcliffe's. I reckon the Kangas are right in the mix for finals football.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope so, and that's certainly our aim. I think the top three teams might have played an extra game than us. We've only had 4, and Wentworth might have only had 4 as well. But some of the others above us have played an extra game. So the more game time we can get into this group of players, the more time that they can certainly spend out on the park, the better they're going to get. They're really starting to gel. We knew it would take a little while, a few weeks to get these new players. We brought in 5 or 6 or 7 debutantes that had, never wore the Kanga jumper before. So once we get them all settled in and up and running, we believe that we can be competitive, no doubt.
Yeah, I think you're more than competitive. I reckon that you can beat two of those sides that are above you, and the 2-3 sides that are already below you. I think you can nail them too. So you get enough wins from that. I reckon that would put you in with a very good opportunity. You've got to get the games won, and you've got to do the work. But it's good signs, I think, for the Ouyen United Kangas. What about in the twos? I thought some good signs. Imperials actually beat you, but this game was not done and dusted as many might think when they beat you in the end, 11-8, 74 to 7-7, 49. But you've got some good players still to come back, and I think that this was a credible effort from your twos.
Yeah, the boys went well. We had a couple of players come back from the senior side, Dave Jeffries and Ronnie McKay, and they were in our top two best players, which you would expect at that level that they should. So they came back and really helped us out. There's some really good kids running around there. Ethan Munro came up from the under-18s because there was no under-18s. Performed really well. He's going to be a good player down the track. I think James Phillips was back after an injury. He's a rock-solid sort of full-back, centre-half back. Loves to run, and he played really well as well. So, look, a credible effort. We didn't quite get there, but we're far from disgrace.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. And 2 goals to Ryan Mudge. Well done to him. Simon Jardine, the evergreen tyre mechanic, with one, along with Ethan Munro. Also, as you mentioned, a good young kid coming through the ranks for your club. Down into the 14s, because there wasn't any football in the 18s or 16s on the weekend. But down for the 14s, and your kids actually performed really well here. In the end, 3-5-23 to 5-5-35, but they were right in this match.
Yeah, and it was good to see, well, if I had been here to watch, just a competitive game of football. I don't know whether any of these young kids that are getting belted by 20 and 30 goals every week, whether it does anyone any good, even the side that's winning, actually. Bloody. But it's good to see a great competitive game of footy, and, yeah, they nearly got there. They would have been still celebrating if they had pulled off a win, but it was a really close game of footy, and good on the kids for getting out there and running around.
Yeah, good stuff. Kevin Rose, Job Clark, Adam Grace, Liam Bond, Kyle O'Brien and Finn Brown were the better players. Corbin Copeman and Adam Grace both booted a goal apiece that was registered on the score sheet. But the other one, the third one, not sure who picked that one up. But look this week and looking forward, a couple of your kids, Joel Grace, Sam O'Shaughnessy, going down to play in the TAC Cup with the Pioneers this weekend.
Absolutely with Sam and Joel, and we wish them all the best for this weekend. They're certainly capable. They've been regulars in our senior lineup, ripping young kids with loads of talent. So hopefully they get their opportunity and they'll perform well if given that chance. So yep, they're down TAC Cup duties for the Pioneers. So sad to see them out of our team, but we certainly encourage all our kids to strive for the highest they can be. Aim for the highest level, and it only improves their football as well. They'll, if they're playing against grown men and performing well, go down and play against some 17 and 18-year-olds, and they should really shine, I think. But yes, mate, we'd love to have them back, but we're certainly encouraging them to go as far as they can with their football.
Yeah, a couple of ripping 16-year-old lads. All right, let's have a look at this weekend, round 6 now. Is this the Cure Cup on this one, or is that later in the year?
I think it's this one, mate, yes. I think it is.
Got the Ouyen United Kangas and Redcliffs at Blackburn Park. So traditionally I thought that was the Cure Cup, and if it is, when everyone get out and about for it. But having a look at your kids, starting off with those kids we were just mentioning, the 14-year-olds, Redcliffe's come up against your lads in the morning in the under-14s. The Redcliffes on the ladder are at this stage just above you at 7th place. So your kids are a real chance here. Imperials were 8th place last week. You're 9th. So a good chance again for them to register a win. Yeah,
if they take some momentum out of last week and the confidence that they built, for sure. Look, they're back in with another chance. So, yeah, they'll go out and put their best foot forward, and hopefully, mate, it'd be good to see them get a win.
18s, no 16s, of course, but 18s, you're 5th, Redcliffe 7th. I reckon your boys have got a real opportunity here to get another win on the board and stay in touch with that top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think without being overconfident, they should certainly walk into this game and expect a good result. They're going well. They've had a week off. A few of their kids went up and played seconds footy and performed really, really well. So they'll gain plenty of confidence out of that, going back into their own age group. So I would expect to win there, mate, and hopefully they hear me and don't let me down.
Okay, now, this is the reserve grade game. Imperials were third last week and you took it right to them. You're seventh. Redcliffe are sixth. I reckon that on your home deck, your reserves are primed and ready and should win a match of footy here.
They should do, mate. I think so. We've got a couple back. We've lost a couple with the seniors taking a few, but it's still a very, very competitive team that I saw last night. So I think, and they'll have me to yell at when I get back there, that we should be right. I think after last week's very credible effort, they should be right amongst it.
Right amongst it, okay. The senior side, two young kids, Grace and O'Shannessy out. Who comes in to replace them?
Mate, I think we've got Dean Staunton back from Darwin, so he'll be back.
Yep.
He's an absolute superstar. And we have the coach returning, Brad Valance, and he'll play. He'll go out to centre forward. So good to see the big man back.
And good to see we've got the number one support, Andrew Wilsmore, back from Darwin too.
Indeed. I certainly won't be propping the bar up like I normally do. I'm going to have a little spell, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so, and I think you'll be out there cheering them on. This is a massive game. Need to beat Redcliffe's, obviously. Any side below you now, you've got to beat them. Looking at the side that you're putting on the park, though, and I had a bit of a quick look, the spine. Timmy Gloucester, I think, has developed into a wonderful backman. Jake Cresp in the back pocket's a good player. Benny Mole at centre-half back and Alex Morris on a flank. This is a young backline now that's the new backline. You've lost the Dean and Andy Jardine, sort of the great eras of you beginning in this Sunraysia League. Now you've got this real new running backline. I like it. I think that's where you're going to get your class and get your clearances from.
Absolutely. That half back line. And, well, even the full back line. Timmy Gloucester has been excellent. He's always been a wonderful, wonderful player. And he just seems to have really relished a little bit more responsibility and taking over a key post. So he's unstoppable back there. Alex Morris off that half back line, he runs, he's quick, his delivery is superb, and he's having a magnificent year as well. He probably not quite getting the accolade that he deserves at the minute. He's having an excellent season, and he sets us up. Benny Mole is as fearless as ever. He's just a freight train that if the ball's coming at him, he's see ball, get ball, and he's gone. So excellent half back line. Our full backs are doing really, really well. And obviously, all attacks built off defence, and we're very, very lucky to have them boys back there, and they're starting to really play some nice footy together.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good game. There might be some confusion between Redcliffe's and Ouyen United people because the Redcliffe's boys, they've got a fella running around called Cade Stevens. You've got a fella running around called Kane Stevens. So
hopefully theirs is not as good as ours.
Yeah, that's right. Yours is goal kicking, and hopefully he gets a few for you. All right, it's going to be a big weekend. You look forward to getting out and back to the local Blackburn Park. I know you will. And good to have you, Andrew Wilsmore. We'll catch up with you next week.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.